Alright, welcome back to episode 2, part 2, season 2, whatever, of Cooking with Kendra. Ain't been here in a minute, I only did one, but I did want to make this a series, so that's why we're here. But, we're here. My typical counter space has been taken up with the microwave. We now have a microwave, but we're just going to use the counter space here, and let's start cooking. Today's dish is potato gnocchi soup, except we're not making potato gnocchi. We're switching the gnocchi out with tortellini. Alright, so let's get to it. Alright, so voiceover Kendra is in the building. I know I ain't never did a voiceover before, but we gonna do this today. I'm doing a voiceover because one, the audio kind of got corrupted, and then two, Jonah and the baby eventually came out and ate dinner, so it was kind of noisy. But to start off, we're gonna get our cooking material, utensils, whatever. We're gonna get our cutting board. We're gonna get our knife. We're gonna need those to cut up our vegetables. So now we're going to get into the ingredients. We're going to start off with some chicken breast. You can use thighs, doesn't matter. We got tortellini. We're replacing our gnocchi with tortellini this time. You can use gnocchi too if you want to, but we're using tortellini for this one. Then we got baby spinach. Baby, normal, doesn't matter. Some type of leafy green we like to put. We have heavy cream. It says half and half, but I like using heavy cream because it makes it thicker in my opinion. We've got minced garlic in a jar. I don't like to mince my own garlic, so I'd rather just buy it pre-jarred, so that's what this is. We've got olive oil, that's self-explanatory. We've got onion, yellow, white, it doesn't matter, just get an onion. You only need half of it. We've got celery. It just comes pre-made in a bag, like all the stock is in there, so we just grab a bag of it. And we got carrots, pre-chopped. Again, I don't want to have to do a lot of work while cooking, so this is what we got. And then last is chicken broth. I forgot to mention that too, but we need chicken broth for this soup. Alright, so before I leave y'all be to just enjoy some montage of the music part of this, I just want to take a moment to talk about this, bro. Is it just me? It's not just me, actually. I'm answering my own question, but I need to hear y'all's input. Why do chicken be so GMO'd, bro? It's so modified. If you look in the video right now, the piece on the left is huge. It was huge, bro. And the piece on the right is smaller. You see me moved it on top of the other one. It's so significantly small. And then even then, that's still a big piece. The small piece is pretty big, but that big piece, nah, man. I've been talking about going vegan. I don't know if I can do completely vegan. I might start off small with vegetarian, but the meat is out of pocket, bro. The meat sizes, the meat portions is out of pocket. Alright, and so now that I'm done with the chicken, I did wash the cutting board because that is raw meat. I washed it, wiped it down, and now I'm going to start cutting the celery. Looking back on this footage, I realized I probably should have cut the celery first and then the chicken because I have to wash in between, but it's not that serious. I don't mind. So now we're going to start cutting into these celeries. Alright, so now we're chopping up the onions. I'm peeling them apart, putting them in my little spinner thing. I'm telling y'all, if you do not have one of these little spinny things, whatever they called, get you one. I don't even remember. I think I got this one from Walmart a while ago. I got this thing basically the whole time me and Jen have been married. So 3 years minimum, maybe even 4. Get one, bro. It's a lifesaver. I'm telling you, it's a lifesaver. So now that I finished getting all the vegetables prepped, which is really just celery and the chicken, I'm going to start sauteing the vegetables. So you see me here, I'm putting in the carrots. I believe I put the onions into and the celery. I might do some garlic in there and some olive oil. And I just get it sauteed up. It did take a little minute because I have an electric stove. I'm getting used to it, but typically I have a gas stove, and that one's a little more, like, the temperature on the gas stove is a lot more regulated, like you control it. But on an electric stove, sometimes you got it on 5, but it's cooking like it's on 7, or you got it on 7 and it's cooking like it's on 2. So it's a little bit iffy. But you see, here I am putting the onions in. We're just gonna get everything sauteed and mixed up. I think verbally I mentioned either here in the next part that I should have cooked the tortellini first, because I only have this one pot. So I ended up cooking this and a lot of stuff got on the bottom. It's not that it's a big problem, I genuinely don't care, but I don't know, maybe just for efficiency purposes, like if I would have cooked the noodles first, then I could just dump those out, then sauteed right away rather than having to clean in between. I could have just did the pasta first, then the vegetables, then the chicken, and etc. But anyways, we're gonna cook this up. Ignore the camera shake. I tried to do something new with a tripod, and I don't know why I put the tripod in like directly in front of me. Like in this footage, I'm reaching around the ring light and the tripod. Jeez, I can't talk. I'm reaching around the tripod, trying to scoop stuff in there. Don't know why I did that, but I ended up fixing it, so that's cool. Anyways, let me shut up and let's keep watching this video. I guess this angle might be a little better because I was kind of reaching over the camera. But then you put a little bit of oil and you saute. Just keep mixing and stirring and cooking until they're, you know, well done. So like I said, I should have did this part first instead of cooking the vegetables. But anyways, here's me getting the pasta ready. The water's boiling, throw the pasta in. I think it said let it cook for like 4 to 5 minutes. Whatever the package said. I just cooked it however long the package said, drained them, and set them aside. So as y'all seen, I put the meat in the pot after I cooked the noodles. Of course, I washed the pot, so calm down, don't say anything else crazy. But I put the meat in, the meat cooked a little bit, and then I put the vegetables in with the meat. So now right here, we're watching me make sure everything's all incorporated for starters. I might have put a little more seasoning and then did a taste to make sure it tastes all right. And then I'm going to put the chicken broth in. Now this is kind of where I messed up this batch. It all tasted fine, so nothing taste wise was messed up, but texture wise, in this part of the video I was talking about how I don't like to put too much broth because I don't like my soup to be watery, and my soup ended up watery. Now right here I put the 4 cups, that's what the recipe says, 4 cups, but because I put more chicken and vegetables in there than what the recipe said, I thought if I put a little bit more broth that it wouldn't hurt, but I did end up putting, I don't even know how much was in there. I had like a little bit of leftover broth that was sitting in the fridge. I put that in there as well, and it ended up making the soup really, well, soup, like watery, soupy, and it, like I said, it all tastes fine. That's really just a texture preference. Only thing I would change is to put like a cornstarch slurry in there, and or maybe a roux. I don't know, whatever one would have worked best in this situation. But I feel like I should have put that in there to thicken up the soup a bit, because it did end up turning out watery. Now we're in the final stretch of the recipe, of the cooking, whatever you want to say. You put the heavy cream in. Again, it's a soup. You want it to be thicker. Like I said in the last part, I put too much broth, so it didn't end up getting that thick. But you know, this is the part where you add in the heavy cream and then it'd make it thicker. So I put that in and have my spinach. I think I was like, oh shoot, I didn't wash it. So right here in this part, I went back to go wash it. I washed my spinach. I add the spinach in there. I let it all simmer and cook. I end up adding some cheese, and then you just sit and let it simmer for, who knows, 5 minutes, just a little bit, just to make sure the heavy cream gets brought to, you know, soup temperature, and then the spinach cooks through and the cheese melts. Otherwise, that's everything. That's all you have to do, and the recipe's complete. This is the soup. I put the gnocchi in. The babies and stuff are in the background. But this is the soup. This is what it looks like. I'm gonna let it sit, and then I'm gonna add some cheese to this, and it'll get all super thick and creamy, because right now it's very watery. But I let it sit and like really bubble up. Alright, so this is editing Kendra. I don't know why I didn't take any footage of, you know, me making a bowl and taste testing it. You know, it's kind of the point of a video like this. So I'm just coming here to say it tasted great. Like I said on my voiceovers, it tasted perfectly fine. It was just very watery. It wasn't as watery as that last clip. It definitely got a little more thicker than that, but it still was pretty watery. And like I said, I don't like watery soup, so texture wise, that's the only thing I would have fixed. And Jonah loved it too. We ate it a little bit later in the day. I think it was past 8, like after the baby went to sleep for sure. But yeah, we ate it and it tasted amazing. The only thing I would change is the thickness of it. Everything else was great. But thank you guys for watching this video, because I didn't film an outro either, so I guess I'll do that here. Thank you guys for watching this video, and I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.